What's up, guys? Week 1 of the 2024 season, and Baker Mayfield has picked up exactly where he left off, being one of, if not the best quarterbacks in the league. And in week 1 of 2024, I think it was very clear he was the best quarterback in the NFL. That's one game. Things happen. Occasionally, like Sam Darnold will be the best quarterback in the NFL. And he was close this week. But in this particular game, I think Baker Mayfield was lights out. His deep accuracy is back, which was like the one weakness in his game last year. His processing and his pocket management were excellent. And yes, it was a weak Commanders, not Redskins, Commanders defense, but they have great defensive tackles lining up against the Buccaneers' weak interior offensive line. And hey, the throws were accurate. I mean, like, dudes were a little bit more open, a little bit more often than they might have been, but when they were open, Baker executed, and that's all you can ask for. So, without further ado, let's watch some Baker Mayfield tape. The Buccaneers are going to get this party started with a little swing pass just to build a rhythm. And on the second play, there's going to be a beautiful play action design. McMillan's going to come from the top of the screen all the way across, and the rookie is going to be wide open for a gorgeous, huge play, but Baker Mayfield misses it. Not off to a hot start. Deep accuracy, not clicking on all cylinders just yet. No matter, the Buccaneers will go 5 wide. Baker Mayfield will hit him right in the hands on the very next throw. And whereas Baker stole a touchdown from McMillan on the play prior, McMillan stole a touchdown from Baker right here. Right in the hands. Great throw. Luckily, things started to turn around pretty quickly for the Buccaneers. Little play action. Baker Mayfield throws a solid out to Evans. Get the first down. Very nice. Here, this is basically the last bad play Baker Mayfield has in the entire game. You could argue that's a pickable ball. I graded it as pickable. I can understand how somebody would say that it was just bad because, St. Juste had to make a great play on a timing route just to get a hand on it, but I think he could have picked that. In fact, here on the tight copy, you can see St. Juste gets 2 hands on that ball. It's a little bit behind. If it comes out a little earlier or it goes a little further towards the sideline, it's probably better protected. As you can see, there is room on that sideline to put the ball out wider. Mayfield just left it inside, and he's lucky it didn't get picked. Next play, Baker goes deep, hits Mike Evans in the hands. It's lovely. Getting hit, plus pocket movement, ball gets out of his hand at the 45, lands at the opposing 25. That's a 30-yard throw. Yes, it was a teeny bit high, but it was very, very catchable. Leads the receiver up the field. Certainly nothing to complain about. That's a great throw. It's a deep throw. Baker Mayfield is now 2 of 3 on deep balls. Little screen routine. All right. Here's Baker at the top of the drop. Here's what he's looking at. You can gun that curl to your tight end, but Baker doesn't want it. He escapes. He extends the play. Runs a little bit. Not terrible. Let's watch it all the way through once more, just so you can get a full sense of what happened. I should have done that first. My bad. Nobody really came open. I don't hate the idea of running here. Give him a plus pocket movement because he escapes sacks and a little neutral run. Here, this is excellent pocket manipulation by Mayfield, and I hate this run. A more athletic quarterback should run here, right? But Baker Mayfield's not very athletic. So here's what we see. Top of the drop. Remember, you have to get to that 15-yard line for the first down. The 11-yard line for the first down. Nobody's terribly open, right? It's just some cover 4. You got 4 high defensive backs. Mayfield's got a muddy pocket already. That curl to the tight end is not deep enough. Nobody's going to be open downfield. Honestly, this is just a really bad play call. Nothing he can really do. So he breaks one sack. That's a plus pocket movement. And then he rolls out and extends, and I'll give him another movement for that. Now, right here, Baker Mayfield needs to put that ball on his tight end, get the touchdown. Instead, he thinks he can run, and as you see here, when he makes his first juke move, he's got 10 more yards to go. Baker, you're not like that. I love you, buddy, but you are not that guy. That's Lamar Jackson. Take off. That's a first down, might be a touchdown, but it's Baker Mayfield. You got to be savvier with when you choose to run. That being said, the pocket manipulation is excellent. Let's see who gave up this very quick pressure. Nice little club move by that defensive tackle 93 to beat Ben Bredesen, kinda, but more so Cody Barton, who I thought had a really good rookie debut. Baker makes up for the center's mistake, extends the play. Still not enough. It's a neutral run because he did make it a 4th and manageable, despite the fact that Todd Bowles decided to kick the field goal anyway. And it's at least one pocket movement, probably 2. There's a routine little dump off. But I would like to see Baker keep his eyes up and throw that streak while he's scrambling. Here, another one. Top of the drop. Who's open? I guess you can hit Godwin on that little out curl. That's totally fine. But you can see it's actually a zig, right? Like if the ball's already on Godwin's shoulder right here, you can adjust his route. But knowing that Godwin's about to zig back into the play, it's good of Baker to not throw that ball when he did. Instead, he buys time expertly, right? Right here, nothing is really there for him because Godwin didn't. The idea when this play is drawn is that Godwin's going to run this zig and Evans is going to run this out, and it's going to pull this defender this way, opening up the throwing lane right here to Evans in this little void. But Godwin doesn't get out of his break quickly enough. That pin and pull kind of doesn't materialize in time. Baker has to extend 2+ pocket movements. Excellent throw on the run. That is a solid throw. And you add that to the pocket movements, it's a great play. Next play, this is just gorgeous. I mean, top of the drop. He sees he's got his man. It's Trey Palmer. Love Trey Palmer. Wish he would get more touches. Don't think that Jalen McMillan should be getting touches over him. But Mayfield reads it perfectly. He sees it's cover 2 immediately, realizes that his corner is going to be wide open, gets the ball out promptly from a clean pocket. Teardrop. Lays it right over the top of that corner. Is that Forbes? It's Forbes. That guy is atrocious. Imagine taking Emmanuel Forbes over Christian Gonzalez when you have the choice of either. Ron Rivera is a war criminal for what he did to this roster. Great throw by Mayfield, followed by a routine one. The Bucs are flying right now. Little empty, and look what Baker Mayfield does. This is an insane throw. So first of all, it's empty. Remember when I said that Baker Mayfield's best out of empty? You've got 3 receivers down at the bottom plus a running back. And this little motion kind of keys to the defense. Hey, you got to watch out for this bottom half of the screen, leaving Mike Evans on an island. And when Mike Evans is on an island and there's a single high safety, Baker Mayfield knows what to do. Ball's let go at the 25, and it lands 5 yards into the end zone. That is a 30-yard touchdown pass. That is another deep ball, and it is beautiful. He's now 3 for 4 on deep balls. If Baker Mayfield has his deep ball back, this league is in trouble. Here's a little routine throw. Nice zip on it, but still, I expect most people to make that. More empty. See, I love this. Liam Cohen actually understands what his quarterback is good at, making really quick decisions, being accurate with the ball, not giving in to, preconceived notions and stereotypes that arose due to the situations he was in rather than his actual skill set. Solid throw. If we see a lot of Baker Mayfield out of empty and 4 wide formations this year, we're going to see a lot of 3s in front of the single number digit in Buccaneers games. They're going to score a ton of points. That's what I mean. Here, this is a nice little slant. Good job by Chris Godwin to get the hands on Forbes and just kind of shuck him right away. Arguably illegal contact or offensive pass interference, but we're not going to get into that. It's a routine throw because it is a quick slant. I know it looks tight, it looks nice from this angle, but on the tight copy, you see these kinds of throws are much more wide open than you would imagine, and they're very easy over the middle of the field. Now this play, we got some processing issues that don't come up when you watch it on the broadcast. What do you see? Yep, same thing as me. I don't know, I'd say that's a pretty decent window to throw into. Let's rewind it a little and watch the play from the start. It's basically the same play that the Buccaneers ran earlier, it just goes to the other side. Right? Remember, you got a little zig. Godwin ran it last time. This time it's 19. He's a rookie. I forget his name, but they were really high on him. And then Trey Palmer runs the out over top of him. And again, it's supposed to put this cornerback in conflict. He either bites down on the zig, and then you throw to 10, or he gets to Trey Palmer on that out, and you got the zig wide open. Just sit him down in the zone. This is a pre-snap problem, though. Mayfield's looking to the opposite side, and he shouldn't be. Mayfield is looking down to the bottom of the screen. He's focused on McMillan. He should not be. He should have been looking to the left. He gets pressured, right? Like, this is where he should be making the decision to throw. He realizes it's covered. Bad job, Baker. That's playing favorites. He gets his head over to the left, but realizes he's got pressure coming right up the gut. Barton has gotten mauled. Baker does a nice job of resetting the pocket and moving, but because he's rolling to his right instead of rolling to his left or moving up, he's lost the opportunity to throw to 19. Baker does a nice job avoiding another sack and gets the ball out to his running back. Now, all in all, Baker Mayfield made a really nice play at the end. And on the broadcast, you would say, wow, excellent job, Baker Mayfield. In reality, poor processing led to him making his job harder on himself. This is something that I often criticize in guys like Mahomes. But just like with guys like Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, you do have to grade what they did in the end. And in this play, Baker Mayfield had two great pocket manipulations to extend the play and a routine little throw to move the chains. Here, this ain't routine. This is sick. This is real sick. Line of scrimmage is at 25-ish. Mayfield's going to let go of this ball at the 30. Nice job stepping up in the pocket, which is kept clean for him. He has Mike Evans over the middle for the easy throw, but Mayfield wants that tough one. That's nice. That ball travels about 15, 20 yards. It's on the sideline. Great zip. Excellent location. That is solid. I mean, the kid's on fire. He's in this entire game, he's going to have 4 inaccurate throws. And a lot of it is checkdowns like this. Sure, honestly, he had 12 routine throws in this game. But 3 elite ones, 2 great ones, 6 solid ones. Whew. Somebody get the fire hose. This play is nuts. It's just a throwaway, but here's the top of his drop. Nobody's open. They're in cover 3. Everything's going to be muddy downfield, and they're just not in the right play. Then you add in the fact that Cody Mock is just incapable of blocking in pass protection. He misses. He whiffs completely on his double team. So now Graham Barton is forced to try to block a Pro Bowl defensive tackle with one arm because he's supposed to be double teaming, and now he's not. It doesn't matter. Baker Mayfield with the spin a move, and he breaks out of the pocket. Aware of where the line of scrimmage is, he's got another yard. He realizes his best bet is probably to throw it away. Now, again, if this is Lamar Jackson, dude, run. It's a touchdown. But it's Baker Mayfield. If he runs, he's probably going to get hit. He's probably going to get to the 5-yard line. He gives Mike Evans a chance. It's a throwaway with a plus pocket move. I don't give it a second plus pocket move because I would have preferred he ran. So it's a very neutral play. This, I don't call these passes. NFL.com calls them passes. The stat book calls them passes. That's not a pass. That's a handoff to the front. Little play action directly into pressure, and Baker Mayfield is inaccurate. But what do you want him to do? This play didn't work. Somebody didn't get blocked. Baker Mayfield is literally still running backwards when he gets contacted and has to throw evasively. This is a throwaway with plus pocket movement. It's not an inaccurate pass, just a throwaway. This throw hurts my heart because it would have been a touchdown. This is a perfectly placed ball. Watch McMillan win on that little fake the corner, run back to the post. Right here at the 6-yard line, he gets mugged to death. And even with the mugging, he's still about 4 yards short of the ball. That would have been an easy touchdown, as long as McMillan catches it, that is, which, questionable. That's a great throw. In fact, that's an elite throw. But unfortunately, I can't count it because I can't be certain that Mayfield would have hit it. No matter. Baker gets his stats anyway with a little routine throw for the touchdown. But God, would it have been sweet to see that highlight to McMillan in the end zone. That connection was cursed in this game between Mayfield missing the first one, McMillan dropping the second one, and the third one getting so egregiously DPI'd. That's a bad ball. He's being interfered with a little bit, but it's close enough to 5 yards within the line of scrimmage. He's going to get away with that, and Baker just misses, puts it a little too low. Mike Evans in motion. Mayfield under siege. Nothing really ever gets going. So here's the top of the drop. This is where Mayfield's supposed to make his decision. At the top of the screen, you got a streak, and it's not going to win. At the bottom of the screen, you got a bunch of longer developing routes, and your offensive line is not holding up. Believe it or not, Tristan Wirfs kind of gets beat, and Ben Bertison gets his lunch eaten. What are you going to do? No fault sack. Little routine throw. Ton of motion. That's a Canadian football motion, too. That's kind of illegal. And a cool little throwback screen. Get Baker some stats. Pile them up. Good for Baker. Play action. They want to do the throwback again. Baker Mayfield's forced to throw it away. Plus pocket movement. Throw away. Not bad at all. And Baker goes deep again, and this time you can't stop him. That leaves Baker 4 of 5 on deep balls now, which is excellent. Little routine ball. By the way, obviously that last touchdown was an elite throw. Feels like I don't really need to say it, but I will anyway. Routine. We're getting close to the point where it's time to stop grading because the game's out of hand. But look at Baker Mayfield navigate this pocket and run. Obviously a plus run. Let's break down, right? Here he is at the top of his drop. He can force that ball to the tight end, Cade Otton. It's going to have to be a strike. And it's kind of too dangerous considering the state of the game. Something I talked about in my Will Levis video yesterday. Go check that out. Is that Will Levis could have just taken a knee on his pick six, and it would have been enough for the Titans to probably win the game. Here, Baker understands, I got a big lead. We have possession of the ball. We're sitting on at least a field goal. No reason to force it to Otton here. Maybe if we were losing, maybe if it was a tight game, yeah, then it's totally doable. But there are just 2 defenders in that area, and the pocket is too muddy to step into that throw. Fuck it. I'll evade, plus pocket movement. I'll scramble, plus pocket movement, and I'll make a nice big run. Positive run. First down. That's how you ice a game. That's understanding the scenario you're in rather than how to best execute for the most yards. And then here, good throw. Not great, but solid. Overall, I thought Baker Mayfield was excellent. The deep ball was choice, 3 of 4, and it would have been 4 of 5 if it wasn't for that egregious DPI that negated a beautiful bomb to McMillan. 3 elite throws, plus that one that was a penalty, but would have been elite if it hadn't been a penalty. 2 great throws, 6 solid throws, 13 routine throws, only 2 bad balls, and 1 pickable. This man was inaccurate on 3 passes all game. Come on, give it up for the boy. Now, somehow PFF had it in their head that this was a mediocre performance, like a fringe top 10 performance. Get the fuck out of here. This was excellent. Given 18 slugging, a clear A+, manipulated the pocket beautifully with 15 positive pocket manipulations. Had 3 throwaways, but he didn't take any bad sacks. He had the one pickable. He did have a pickable. These things happen. Tom Brady threw pickables as well. Now, usually they don't get thrown to Benjamin St-Juste, who's like the dustiest corner in the NFL, but things happen. Overall, I'm ecstatic. I think Liam Cohen really showed a lot of promise as an offensive coordinator. One of the big gripes I have is that Baker Mayfield became the first overall pick at Oklahoma running a spread offense with 5 wide receivers all the time, making quick decisions and distributing the ball to open players. And then he gets stuck with Hugh Jackson, who runs a terrible offense. And then he gets stuck with Freddie Kitchens, who runs a backwards offense. And they have no offensive line, so they're keeping extra men in on protection, running a lot of play action just to keep Baker upright. People start to forget that Baker Mayfield is a spread-em-out gunslinger quarterback. Then the Browns bring in Kevin Stefanski, ton of play action, ton of run game, Kyle Shanahan-type stuff. And people completely buy into the idea that Baker Mayfield is some kind of play-action quarterback. This is a guy who never took a snap under center until he got to the NFL. He's best in spread. He likes all his receivers out there, out of the shotgun, survey the field, make quick decisions. He's a very good decision maker, and get the ball out. It looks like he might finally have a coordinator who lets him do that. We'll see. It's clearly an upgrade from Dave Canales, and based on the Panthers' performance, it looks like maybe Baker Mayfield was the cure for Dave Canales, rather than Dave Canales being the guru who can whisper the sweet nothings into Baker Mayfield's ear. Also looks like Geno Smith's been pretty decent without Dave Canales too. It's almost like he had nothing to do with those quarterbacks' success. That would be bad news for the Panthers. And I think it is bad news for the Panthers, and I think the Panthers might not win a game, but Baker Mayfield was awesome. Yet again. And at a certain point, people are going to have to really start realizing this isn't a perfect situation for him. This isn't a coach salvaging him. This isn't, him game managing a great roster. This is Baker Mayfield being an excellent, dare I say great, dare I say elite quarterback. Because nobody in the NFL was on this level. And frankly, for my money right now, Baker Mayfield is the single best pocket passing quarterback in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes can do all the cool stuff out of the pocket, extending the play, out of structure. It's beautiful. It's what makes him special. He's the best of all time at that kind of stuff. Josh Allen, he's Superman. He's the strongest and one of the fastest and has the strongest arm, and he's super accurate, and he's pretty smart, and he's aggressive as all hell. He's got everything. But the consistency's not there, and everybody knows about the turnovers. If you need somebody to drop back, stand in the pocket, and make a throw, it comes down to Matt Stafford and Baker Mayfield, and Mayfield's a little younger, a little bit more mobile. He can move about the pocket a little better at this point. If you say Stafford, I won't be mad, but if you said Mayfield, I think you were onto something. All right, that is 3 All-22 videos for week 1, and I'm about to go record the podcast right now, so tune into that. And in the meantime, I'll be grinding film. See you week 2. Hasta.